Hey, what's going on YouTube? I'll give you a couple guesses on what I'm going to talk about today. You look at what you see on the screen now. You have some silver and a piece of gold. I want you to imagine that this is a run-of-the-mill Bargain Basement Men generic 1 troy ounce of gold. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 100 grams of silver. What am I going to talk about? Well, if you haven't figured it out by now, I'm going to talk about the gold to silver ratio. What you're looking at right now signifies the actual gold to silver ratio. I just looked it up. Today's February 26, 2016. Gold to silver ratio is 83 to 1. Now, I've been stacking for 2.5, almost 3 years. And when I first started stacking, the gold to silver ratio was around 60 to 1, somewhere around that. And it slowly creeped up to 83 to 1. And you look at what the actual gold to silver ratio is. Even if you look up the gold to silver ratio on Provident Metals, what it tells you is that one spot price relative to the other, it is an indicator of when to buy or when to sell. So obviously, when one metal, silver, is pretty high like it is now, 83 to 1, you'd want to buy more silver relative to gold because silver is seen as a bargain. And that's like commodity traders, future traders, stuff like that. All right, because they really look at the gold to silver ratio. Be honest with you, I look at the spot price of metals probably about twice a day. However, I only look at the gold to silver ratio maybe once a quarter, if that. And let me tell you the reason why. Is because as I look at the spot price of metals throughout the course of the day, the week, the month, there's really no divergence between the prices. They're kind of on a parallel path. When one goes up, the other goes up. When one goes down, the other goes down. And that's pretty much how it is. And what I'm looking for is a divergence in the gold to silver ratio, a divergence in the price of silver as compared to gold. What would actually drive that? How would we actually get back to, well, if you were to believe the statistics, going back to 9 to 1 gold to silver ratio, or the monetary impositions that were imposed on it back in the day of 16 to 1. What would actually drive the gold to silver ratio to be more comparable than what it is today? And look, I'm not a financial expert. I've done no hard research here. What I'm looking at is just basically educated assumptions, I guess you would call it. The first scenario would be that the government actually imposes the monetary ratio between gold to silver. They come out and say, well, the gold to silver ratio is going to be 17 to 1. But honestly, the only thing that would really drive that would be if they legalized gold and silver as a form of currency again. And I don't really see that happening. Second scenario, and this is going to be in line with what I think stackers and preppers are looking at, is a collapse scenario. The dollar loses its reserve status, and then all of a sudden, actual commodity prices act as if they would in an actual market. It is needed, wanted, and the price goes up. I think that in a collapse scenario, eventually, the gold to silver ratio would come to light. Because, like I said, 9 to 1 gold to silver ratio on a natural level, that's what the earth produces. Scenario 3. There have been articles that have been talking about how we are running out of the accessible silver that we can actually mine. Okay, so if that's the case, well, you would see the gold to silver ratio, if it was advertised that they could no longer access any more silver, you would see the gold to silver ratio inversely correlate to each other. Next, the last scenario, you're looking at probably this never happening, but they get a big monstrous sight of gold, and that drives the price of gold down. Looking at it, I really don't know. The reason why I'm interested in it is because one of my internal plans, personal plans, is to trade in silver for gold when the ratio hits around 42 to 40 to 1. Because at that point, I will have been able to get gold really cheap compared to what I bought the silver for. You buy it at a high gold to silver ratio, silver being 83 to 1, you buy it now. If they ever inversely correlate to where the ratio goes down, then you can get some cheap gold. And that's what I'm thinking about. So, 83, you got 100 gram here to 1. Let me know what you think, YouTube. I think it's a conversation worth having. And as always, please give me a thumbs up, comment down below, and I'll see you later.